As you can see, we are outside at the beautiful Billings farm, and we are outside today because we are doing a lovely meal for Father's Day on our grill. You can grill whether you have charcoal, gas grill, big or small. I'm going to show you how to make a lovely, delightful meal for your father figure using everything grilled from start to finish. So let me show you what I've prepared for our Father's Day grilled meal today. I have some filet mignon, we have some fresh asparagus, we have honey maple marinated shrimp, there's a little garlic, olive oil, and soy sauce in there, and then we're also going to do some pocket potatoes. Now I'm going to start with the potatoes first because they take the longest to grill. So I have two kinds. I have a white potato and I have a sweet potato, and both potatoes have a little fresh thyme from our garden here at Billings Farm. So to make a pocket potato is extremely simple. You take your potatoes and herbs, dump them into a big bowl, add a little olive oil, salt and pepper, give it a good toss around, and then pour the potato, make sure you get all the herbs and olive oil, into, as you can see, I have 2 sheets of aluminum foil. And you're just going to spread the potatoes out, fold one side up and over, and then give the edges a fold, creating a pocket. You're going to do this on all 3 sides. Good thing I have some extra foil here, cover up the little hole I just made. And therefore, there you go, pocket potatoes. So these potatoes are going to cook on our grill over a medium heat for 5 to 7 minutes each side. So one pocket's ready to go. I'm going to pocket up the other potatoes, throw them on the grill, and after 5 minutes, give them a turn right in the foil, and then we'll be able to remove them from the heat and finish cooking the rest of our meal. So as you can hear, or maybe not, our potatoes are sizzling in their little pockets, and while they're cooking, we can sort of get ahead of ourselves and skewer our shrimp. We're not going to grill them individually, we're going to keep them all on a skewer. Now, if you're grilling on a wooden skewer, it's best to soak your skewer in some water so that way your skewer doesn't burn when it's on the grill. I didn't have a shallow or a long enough pan, so I just dampened a piece of paper towel and wrapped the skewer for about half an hour before skewering the shrimp. So it's very easy. You're gonna take the shrimp, shake it off a little bit, and then spear through the bottom part as well as a little bit of the top. So that way both ends of the shrimp are secure on the skewer. And then we're gonna do this till all of our shrimp are on our skewer and ready for the grill. So our pocket potatoes have just come off the grill. I've put them on a tray off to the side. I have not opened them up yet because I want the heat to stay trapped in there until we're finished grilling the rest of our meal. Next, we're gonna do the filet. For a perfect filet, I would recommend either rare to mid-rare, and that's cooking about 5 minutes each side. 6 is a little bit more medium, and then anything past 6, please don't do it because a filet is just too delicious to cook past a medium temperature. Now, usually you check a filet's temperature with a thermometer, but I don't have one, so I'm going to do a touch test. And the touch test is basically taking your hand and then poking the pad below your thumb. So an open hand is rare. So if your meat feels like this spot on your hand with no fingers closed, then that's rare. Mid-rare is touching your thumb to your pointer finger, and again pressing. Medium, mid-well, and then well done. So that's really a good guide for any sort of grilling that you want to do. So I have our fillets here. I put a little olive oil on both sides, flipped it around, and we're going to season our fillet with a healthy dollop of salt and pepper. Now, it's also important to not have your fillet too cold. So I try to have it at room temperature, that way the meat is almost all the same temperature when you're throwing it on the grill. So I turn my flame up a little bit higher than the pocket potatoes, and then we're gonna grill, put the filet right in the center, have a nice little sear. And after about 2.5 minutes, switch the direction, and that'll give you the really nice grill marks for your filet. And then at the 5-minute mark, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. So let it sit for 2.5 minutes, grill, and then give it a quarter turn, and then get the grill marks on the other side. My fillets have just come off the grill. I put them on a plate and then put a little aluminum foil over it to tent them. That way it traps the heat and then gives the meat a chance to rest a little bit so that the juices can sort of redistribute itself. Next, we're gonna grill the asparagus. I put a little olive oil, salt and pepper on, try to keep it nice and basic. And then we're just gonna throw them on the grill. If you have a grill with wider spaces in between, make sure you go the opposite way of the spaces. That way your asparagus doesn't fall to the bottom of the grill. So we're gonna grill these for about 5 to 7 minutes or so, maybe closer to 10 for bigger asparagus like this one, and give them a sort of a roll with your tongs or spatula in just a couple minutes until they're all nice and sort of like evenly charred, and they'll get a little bit wrinkly, and then that way you know your asparagus is finished. Alright, so as you can see, my asparagus is about halfway cooked now. It's been 3.5, maybe 4 minutes. It's got lovely little char marks on the side. I sort of gave them a little spin and then pushed them to the edge of the grill because we are now going to put on our skewer of shrimp. So shrimp only is going to take about 2 to 3 minutes each side. Basically your shrimp will turn nice and pink, and you just want to cook it till it's all opaque and not clear in the middle. So all of our food has just come off the grill and I've plated it up, so it's time for the big reveal. We have our lovely dinner off the grill completely with our tenderloin, our marinated shrimp, the asparagus, and the pocket sweet potatoes on the bottom of the plate. And to top off our lovely fillet, we have herb butter. So I took all the fresh herbs from the garden. I think there's some thyme, there's some sage, there's a little oregano, and folded it into softened unsalted butter, and then stuck that in the fridge until we're ready to serve. So as the butter heats up, the juices will melt, create sort of a nice sauce for your fillet, and then the herbs just give it a really good bite of freshness. So I can't wait, so I'm gonna have a delicious bite. Grilled asparagus, nice and tender. You get that really amazing flavor. So here is your Father's Day meal. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you back next week for Foodie Friday.